like 6 7 people came and I was like, cool, let's have a discussion with them. Okay, I'll go get the link. Somehow if I open any of this app, I get distracted very much. Like I just opened my YouTube and I just got distracted by looking at a very interesting thumbnail.
Cool.
Does that happen with you? All right, we are live.
Cool.
I think we lag by some 5 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
so that is fine. What about you? Where do you stay?
I'm currently in Gurgaon.
I see. So your company is in Kurgaon, and you go to
Yes.
office 5 days.
No, it's a kind of a hybrid model for me.
Huh.
Yeah. So the product team is getting benefited of the hybrid model. Rest of the team is 5 days working.
What includes in the rest of the team?
The developers, the sales, the marketing team, the field guys.
Damn. Sales तो ठीक है, makes sense. Hey, there are people. Heisenberg is here. Heisenberg was the first person yesterday also who joined in.
Hello, mate.
Did you say him as Meth because he's Heisenberg? Nice. So people are joining in, but I'll also post it in our announcement groups.
Okay.
Nice. This is also new for me, by the way. Like, it's a
I'm saying
lot
it on my
of.
phone. It's a bit distorted. It's not clear. Like it's not in HD.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice. So people are joining in, but I'll also post it in our announcement groups. What part is distorted? For me, it looks fine. 8 people are there.
Like I am seeing my screen. My face is a little distorted. Your is clear, I guess, because of the lighting you have. Maybe.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Warm
yeah, yeah.
lighting.
That could be the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Curiosity 3. Curiosity 2. It's such a task to post all of these things here. And you stay with your family, or
No,
how is it?
stay alone here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are basically from.
I am from Haryana only.
I see. And this is your first job, or you have worked before in another company?
Like I have started with my training in a tech company where I have done it for 3 months, and right after I have joined a startup iDesign.market. There I
Huh.
also worked for 3 months. After that, I have switched to this company. Like the founder of this company approached me on Hirect, so
Hmm.
he offered me good opportunities, and it's near where I want to locate. So I chose it.
Why?
And till
Why?
then,
Why do you want to locate to that exact place?
here I have friends and family in Gurgaon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Friends who are about to be family, or friends alag family alag?
my friends are like my family, and
Acha.
also there are family
Nice.
also. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. What else do you do other than in design? Like
Like
apart from
pretty
work?
much, I'm doing this job only. I don't do any freelance as of now
Yeah, that's
because I
fine.
don't think, yeah, I have not much of time in my current role. So we are working in an agile environment. So there's a lot of work, a lot of iterations, and not only in design part, but also in the project management and further product strategies we have to make with our founders. So It's a lot
Hmm.
of busy work.
So usually, how does your day go? Like, when do you start and when do you end?
Like I usually open my laptop at 10:30 or 11, and
Hmm.
I continuously work around 3 to 4 hours, and then I go in further discussions with the team. Like if there is a handover to the developers team, or there is discussion with the marketing or sales team, or there is a discussion with the stakeholders. So that's how my day goes. 4 hours of laptop, and rest is with the communicating with the team.
Got it. Nice. So I mean, but after that, what do you do? You still have time, right?
Yeah. So after that, if I'm in office, I came to my home and go to the gym. And after
Uh,
that, I spend time with my friend Harshvardhan and others. And at night,
who,
I watch some entertainment videos, like India's Got Latent or something like that. And
you
yeah,
watch
after that,
the
I have my
you
dinner.
watch the latest episode?
Yes, I have. He's crazy, man. Samirana is crazy.
My God, he's so inspiring. He's so
Absolutely.
inspiring. Yeah, have you watched the members only stream as well?
No, I haven't watched it yet because I can only afford a maximum of 1 to 1.5 hours of entertainment on screen.
Hmm.
So yeah, I have to be
I see.
updated with the latest UX videos of yours or Uns or
Arey,
Design
arey.
Fanatics
You're now
or the other
blaming
people
me
I
for
follow.
not having entertainment.
Yeah, there are lots of genuine people on our field which are educating us. Like I have in the industry for almost 3 years, but when I watch your content, there is a lot I have missed or like I'm not aware of. So
Ah,
thanks to you. Yeah, so
nice,
I think it's worth watching you and the other who are in the teaching industry.
nice. Thanks for the
Yeah.
words, man. Yeah, इतना ही तो सुनने के लिए हम इतना कंटेंट बनाते हैं. So,
I don't know how you manage. मतलब मेरे से तो इतना काम नहीं हो. After giving my
uh,
8 hours to the office, I don't think I am able to work a few hours more
that is
in a
true.
day.
Yeah. So how
And
it is
the present,
motivating for me is um like there is this hope, right? Like one day you would also become a creator, and then maybe you would become financially independent faster
Mhm,
because of content creation, right? So that is motivation. Then there is also
okay.
motivation to get that freedom to be a creator, which like we are doing
Mhm,
a live stream right now, right? Like this is the kind of freedom I would like in any creative job, which is
okay.
today I'm doing a certain like presentation style content, tomorrow I'm doing some reel, tomorrow I'm
Mhm,
doing another reel which is like I'm drawing over certain things, now I'm doing live stream. So I like enjoying this kind of freedom, which I feel in UX, because I've also done a bit of graphic design in my college time. I feel graphic design
Yeah,
had
I'm seeing like your thumbnails and the kind of graphics you use. I'm aware like you are pretty good in graphic.
my thumbnail to are shitty, at least on YouTube they are shitty, but so what I've realized is like UX is pretty much the most restrictive form of design, at least in my
Mhm,
opinion from what I have experienced. Then
okay.
graphic design is slightly more creative, freedom wise, right? In
Mhm,
graphic design also your packaging and all, they are slightly restrictive, but they give you enough creative freedom. But I feel one of the most creative freedom wise, if you look at stream, then filmmaking is that stream, right? Which is like you are not just playing with one still canvas, but you are playing with so many other things, right? Like there is what we call in animation as spatial uh, interaction and temporal interaction. Spatial interaction is basically how you compose one scene. Temporal
mhm,
is basically over time how does that scene play out, right? So
mhm.
it's like one image versus how that image changes over time, right? So
Yes.
I mean, I feel that kind of creative freedom is like the most high level of creative freedom. You have all kind of creative field coming together to create
Mhm.
that spatial interaction and temporal interaction. So yeah,
Good.
all
They,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, so we are at 9:54. By the way, chat, whoever has joined, thank you so much, everybody who has joined. We'll start at 10. Uh, we are just warming up. I'm just sending out messages wherever it is necessary. So yeah, we'll start at 10. But yeah, I interrupted you. You were saying something.
Yeah, I was saying like I'm pretty much intimidated with the travel videos the people are making right now. Like there is
Mm.
one of my colleague Anurag. He
Ah.
used to capture wherever he goes in a cinematic shots, and he used to post it on Instagram.
Mm.
So I feel it. I have to do it. Or like I'm pretty much inspired by him. So
Yeah.
let's see.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, even mobile photography is quite popular, right? If you actually, I was looking at some of the creators, who do mobile photography videos. I mean,
Mhm,
educate about mobile videography, photography versus people who educate on DSLR. I've seen that
mhm,
most of the time, mobile photography and videography actually have more views, just indicating
mhm.
the fact that first of all, everybody has a phone, so everybody would like to take better pictures. And
Absolutely.
along with that, there is just so much interest in people to be creative,
Mhm.
right, with their phone and all.
Yes.
So yeah. By the way, your friend does it through DSLR professional equipments or
No,
through phone?
he has an iPhone 12 or 13, I guess.
Ah.
Um, I think it's the photography skills he have.
Yeah.
The camera doesn't matter after that
Yeah,
at
yeah,
one
yeah,
point of time.
definitely. No,
Yeah,
camera does matter, but I mean, what is more important is that skill to compose, the skill
absolutely.
to time the events and so on. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Nice. So what else? What else is going on in life? Today is a Friday night.
It's.
What are you planning for the weekend?
I was planning to go out somewhere in like mountain or beyond Rishikesh this time. Let's see if I'm able to pull it off or not.
Nice. This weekend you are going to Rishikesh.
Yes, I'm planning to go beyond Rishikesh. Like I used to go Rishikesh a lot. I have visited it 4 to 5 times. Yeah,
Hmm.
I like it a lot. The place, the culture, the ambience we have there. It's all great.
Nice. How did you get into design?
I have done my bachelor's in product design. So
From?
that's it. Right after 12th, from a university called State University of Performing and Visual Arts.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a university of creative institutes. Like there was 4 department. One is Institute of Design, another is Film and TV, then architecture, and there is a visual arts as well.
Nice. Where is it? Where is
Yeah,
it located?
it's located in Rohtak.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting. But how did
it's
you
a government
decide
university.
to get into design in your bachelor's rather than the standard engineering and stuff like that?
Like I wasn't much aware of the courses which I had to pursue after 12. It's not like I'm not good at academics. I have scored 83.7 percentage in my 12, but I'm not clear to like in in which course I have to apply. I have seen people doing BCom, BBA, BTech, and their life isn't like so much great. They used to face a lot of issues while recruiting or while doing the courses, and they are not like motivated of their courses. So I wanted something which keeps me exciting and a little bit of creative is there. So I have explored some courses which are other than academics. So I
Hmm.
got to know about the fashion design and the product design, the which I pursued at the end. So also I was pretty great at sketching and doing graphic arts. Sorry,
Nice.
visual arts. So I thought I should give it a try, and if it doesn't go out, so I'll drop the year and we'll switch to the regular courses like BB or BCom. But once I entered the community, the environment, so it's a whole lot of new world to me because we are not aware of the design in vast. We are just knowing that these things look pretty and these things look amazing, but there is so much more to that. So once I
Yeah,
entered the university, I got to learn a lot, and I find it like it's the worth doing for me.
got it. Oh,
Mhm.
that's a very bold step, which is like I'll get into the college, I'll see if it works out or not, and then in 1 year I'll drop out if it doesn't work out. That's
Yeah.
like I'm hearing it for the first time, wherein somebody was clear that they can drop out if it doesn't work out. So yeah, pretty
Yes.
nice. All right, let's then begin the stream. I think we have
Okay.
a good number of people. So
Okay.
yeah, why don't you just tell a bit about yourself? Where do you work, and
Okay.
what has been your role, and since how long you have been working, and how has your journey been?
So hello people, I am Vipin Sharma. So as of now, I have a total 3 years of experience in our UX UI design roles. So I have started my training program with TwitterBean. It's an edtech company around 3 years back, right after my graduation. So there I got to work on the hands-on websites which they offer for the tutors pages and the student pages. And after that, I have started with iDesign.market startup, where I got to work on the B2C startups, B2C apps and B2B their SaaS product. So while I'm working in iDesign.market, I got contacted by my current employer on Hirect, and he offered me this role, and I thought it's a good opportunity for me at that time. So I have switched to this company, and till as of now, I am at this present company, which is Future Algorithms. It is based in Gurgaon. So what the company do is it basically digitizing the manufacturing industries. So we have a product which is Digimac. So what we do is we are digitizing the traditional manufacturing methods which we used to have earlier by incorporating PMS, project monitoring system, the work instructions, the 1 point lessons, the check sheets, and the supervisions of this labor. So yeah, that's my current role. Here I has been designated with product designer. Yeah, that's the journey of mine in the UX/UI industry.
Got it. And you have been here since in this company
I'm,
since?
I guess almost 2 years I have completed so far.
Got it.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So yeah, let's get started with your project. Give us a bit of idea about, is it a like live project, or is it a personal project, and how long did it take for you to work on it, and so on. And then you can,
Okay.
I think I'll also share your, what do you call it,
Mhm.
screen. So give me a second. Hmm. All right. So your portfolio is shared. So this is one of the case study in your portfolio, right?
Yes, it's the only case study. Actually, the problem with me is was like all the projects which I have done with my past employers, those are in the NDA, like non-disclosure agreement. So I
Hmm.
can't use those screens or can't present them in an online platform or like in a portfolio which is
Got
publicly
it.
accessible.
Got it.
So what I have to do is I have to work on a case study which showcases my current ability of design thinking, the process I follow, uh, the edge cases I used to tackle in my projects. So, and I also wanted it to be a like a kind of a live projects feel. So I have opted for YouTube. Like it's a big brand, and if you are like doing a case study for YouTube, so you have to be a very careful. Like it's the world's number one video sharing platform, and
Yep.
we know how much big team YouTube has for this particular UX UI roles. So I thought it may be a good case study for my portfolio. So I
Yeah.
have chosen it. Yeah. So it's my case study. I have worked it on it like end to end, and yeah.
All right. Cool. Then let's get started. You can continue presenting your work, and in the middle, if I have any questions, I'll unmute and I'll ask that. And if
Okay.
anybody in the chat also has any question, they can also put it out there. And uh, and try to also like have a bit of pauses in between to take questions if at all it is there, right?
Okay.
All right, cool.
So
uh, yeah,
let me
go
start.
ahead.
So first of all, let's start with the presentation. So I wanted a presentation which focuses more on the results, or like more what I have done rather than implementing a lot of graphic elements to it. So I wanted it clean and minimal. So I have posed this gray theme, and let's go to it. So that's my cover page, Vipin Sharma's portfolio. I'm a product designer, and there's a kind of illustration I liked and I used to put it here. So yeah. So this is the chapter one. It's about me. So I am a product designer based out of Gurgaon, India. 3 years of experience in product design, and also I have been exploring AI like ChatGPT and other tools which are in the market as of now. Like there is one tool which can convert our Figma designs into the real product. It can produce the code for it. So I have also tried it and used in my current role. Also, I have built 0 to 1 product at Future Algorithm. Like I am the founding designer here, and I'm the only designer they have. So yeah, so that's me. That's about
Got it.
me. Yeah.
Nice.
So this is my experience. I have told you, like I have done an internship while I am in my college in the final year. It's at Numron Design, and the UX/UI trainee which I have done at Twitterbean. It's an edtech company. Also the UX/UI designer role at iDesign.market. So these three roles were not pretty much of like a long length. I have been like the internship is of 5 months, but the rest roles are of 3 months. So it barely counts. But I have contributed to these companies, so I have used it in my experience. And as you can see, I am a product designer at Future Algorithm as of now, where I have designed Digimac, which is transforming large manufacturing firms with advanced tracking systems.
Got it.
So these are the skills which I have used as of now. So like design thinking, we all have to do it. Like it's the foundation of a project. I have created a design system for our software Digimac, and also I have done web apps, web designs, mobile designs, and also I have make it responsive also. Like the Digimac is responsive on iPad and mobile, and yeah. So UX/UI design, we are UX/UI designers, so we are designing it, and the prototyping testing I have conducted. And in the management, I have worked with multiple teams, so cross-function coordination is there. Design, I have documented our design files, and also I have prepared a handover. So yes, and strategic thinking, like we have plan design Digimac, so it is there, and also the product strategy, what will be the goals and what were the visions and what outcomes we are expecting. And I have also designed a roadmap for myself, not for the team. Yeah, and I have also done some presentations for my stakeholders, and we are working in agile methodologies, like startups are of agile methodologies. So yeah, and also I have visited clients in like Denso, Maruti, and Puja Forge in Faridabad. So I'm pretty much aware of like how to produce content and what we seek from the clients. So yeah, if anyone has a
Got it.
question, we can proceed further. Okay, let's go ahead.
I see no question, so we can move forward.
Yeah. So this is the case study, Focus Feeds. So Focus Feeds is the solution which I have came with. So I'm named it Focus Feeds, and it's a tailored YouTube experience. So we get to know about it in the introduction. So it's the overview of this particular case study. So I have done research and analysis. Also, it's a concept development. It's not in the YouTube as of now. So it's a concept. So yeah, and also I have done the UI and the prototyping, and I have also conducted a usability test for the same. So tools which I have used is Figma and Miro for planning and Google Form for the surveys. And the timeline was 1 week for research, 2 week for design. It's the actual timeline. So it's literally took me 1 week of research. It's not like I have given 1 to 2 hours roughly a day while doing this case study after my working hours, like after my office. So you can get the idea of like how much time I have given to this case study and how much time it takes to produce this kind of case study. So
Got it.
also like 2 weeks of design and prototyping and 2 days of user testing. So yeah, client is YouTube. It's the world's largest sharing platform.
Yep.
So yeah, here's the introduction. Like imagine a world where YouTube recommendation. I'm going to read it because it's good. So imagine a world where YouTube recommendations are so perfectly curated that every video feels like it was made just for you. Enter focus feeds are answer to the overwhelming clutter in your video feed. This case study will walk you through the journey of creating this feature, exploring the research, design, and everything in between. So here, as you can see, I have implemented a line. So grab a coffee and let's get started. So I have used these lines or the presentation I have designed in a way like the viewer of this case study feels connected to it. Like it's not like a random text of case study and there is no fun in it. So I
Hmm.
have asked ChatGPT also to help me in this content curation. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this line goes to
Got it.
ChatGPT. Yeah.
Nice.
So I have also implemented this illustration. So it's a free illustration pack. I liked it and I have implemented this illustration pack throughout this case study. You get to see in future screens, in further screens.
Got it.
Yeah. So there's the problem. Like YouTube recommendation system is great until it's not. So also I have given a bit of context in a minimal line with the problem in a kind of a subheading format. And here's the detailed way of problem. So as you can see, here's the detail. Users are often bombarded with a mix of content that may not always resonate with their immediate interest. The overwhelming influx of unrelated videos can relate to decision fatigue, making the platform less enjoyable and efficient. Also, as you can see, I have used simple words in our case study. I have not used fancy words because most of the recruiters or viewers are not aware of our terms. So I have thought to use the general word which everyone are aware of. Yeah, wherever it is possible.
Okay.
Yeah. So here are our core users like content enthusiasts who
Let's
spend significant time. Yeah. Okay.
let's just
Yeah.
pause for a second and just look at the chat if people have understood the problem statement so far. You guys, can you say whether you understood yes or no in the chat? Kishore says yes. Nice.
Okay.
And a lot of people have not said. So could you just in one line, maybe for people who have not understood, just tell what exactly are you solving for when you're saying that recommendation
Okay.
engine is not good enough?
So, like, we are pretty much aware of our YouTube recommendation feed. Like, once we open YouTube, we used to see what we were seeing in the history, like in past. So, if you want to see a dedicated domain or a genre, so there is no particular option for that.
Got
So,
it.
your feed
Yeah.
is recommended based on your watching history. It's a kind of a mix, random feeds, and also there were content which you are not willing to see also. Like random videos are also there in the recommended feed. So,
Hmm.
for example, let's say if you want to explore some particular genre, I want to learn or I want to see what's happening in the UX UI industry.
Hmm.
So, what we do is there is no particular option. There will be a kind of 1 to 2 thumbnails, if possible, is there or not, or you have to search it in the like
Got
search
it.
bar for
Cool.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You can move forward. Yeah.
Okay. So, who were the core users for this particular solution? So, the content enthusiast who spends a lot of time on YouTube exploring various topics and genres, and they used to watch like a lot on YouTube. They spends a lot of time there, and they were the busy professionals who want to who have limited time, and so they want to use their time in a minimal without wasting much time of their while exploring the content on YouTube. So also there were learners and hobbyists like us. So yeah, those were the core users. the users utilizing YouTube for educational purpose or pursue hobbies like that. So let's explore the current YouTube solution. So I got to see this screen like once I started this case study. So it's a kind of random when you scroll in your mobile. So it pops up randomly. So there is no other way you can access this, customize your feed.
Right.
So YouTube puts it randomly in the scrolling section. So there is no way around in the YouTube navigation from where you can access this particular get started and customize your feed. So what
Right.
was the issue is here? So once you click on it, like so there were list of videos. It's not unlimited. It's a kind of a 20 or I guess 16 videos of total, and also there is no option of search. And as you can see, like tell us what you like. So none of these videos, none of these first five videos I used to see and are not relevant to me. And also there is no option for search. So this kind of customized recommendation, I don't think it's worth. Like it's not solving the solution they are asking for, like customizing your feed. A user cannot customize its feed based on 16 videos and also which are not of his interest. So yeah, that's the current solution YouTube offers. I hope you guys have
Okay.
also explored this. If yes, let us know. Have you seen
Yeah.
this customize your feed in your mobile apps?
Okay. We'll wait for the answer. Meanwhile, there is a question by
Mhm.
Kishore who is asking this: is your problem the thing that you're solving for? Is it for shorts or is it for large videos?
Like it is for a dedicated video, we can say, like a long form content type. And it
Okay.
can also be like we what the solution do will I'll tell you in the further screens. So we
Okay.
can include shorts in it too.
Got it. Cool. Let's move forward.
Okay, so here is this proposed solution. So what I have done is I have taken a design file of mine which I have curated, and I have like here as you can see, click here to view prototype. So I have embedded the link in this particular link. So once the recruiter will click on it, he will go directly to the prototype. So yeah, I have faced solution right once I have cleared the problem statement. So if recruiter don't want to explore the further case study, so here is the solution right in front of
No, no.
me.
So
What?
imagine that I am the recruiter. So I think the way you are uh, narrating it, you're saying that
Mhm.
how will the recruiter interact with the entire presentation. But rather think that you're actually in a interview setup and you're presenting it in the interview. So you don't need
Mhm.
to mention that this is why the presentation is done this way and this is how the interaction is going to be with recruiter and
Yeah,
so on.
it's not for the interview. Like it's I'm explaining these decisions behind the presentation for the viewers of ours. Like
Okay.
they got to know why I have placed the solution right after the problem and defining the core users. So it's for
Okay.
the
Okay.
users who are watching right now, not like once I'm presenting it to the recruiters. So it's like if I ask them, so you first want to see the prototype or we first finish the case study and then explore the prototype. So it's
Got
on
it.
the
Cool.
recruiter then. Yeah,
All right. Yeah.
yeah. So let's move ahead. So let's start with the research. So setting the foundations. So what I've done is I have conducted interviews in a gym which I used to go. It's the gym of my Jija. So I can access the reception as well. As you can see, this is the screenshot from a CCTV footage of the gym. So here I am interviewing the members of the gym. So I have randomly opted for the clients in the gym, and who those who are willing, I have asked if they can me their 5 to 3 minutes, and I used to ask them the questions which I prepared for them. So I have interviewed almost 30 people. So yes, this was an advantage for me. Like I I have interviewed 30 people. If there was no gym, so it will be difficult for us to go and find some places where uh, people feel safe to interact with us and also can give their 5 to 3 minutes for the interview. So this is the
Okay.
advantage which I have.
What
Yeah,
what kind of questions did you ask them?
yeah. The questions were in the next slide.
Okay.
So here is the objective. So the primary objective was to understand user behavior, preference, and pain points regarding YouTube's current feed. So as you can see, here were the questions like the demographics, what is their age, gender, occupation, how often do you use matlab, YouTube, and their current feed experience, like how satisfied are you with the current feed. So these were the questions like general YouTube questions, and what type of content they watch. And I have then, after asking all these three forms of questions, I have asked these focused feed oriented concepts, like how interested you would be in feed focused on specific topics or interest, or like how often do you search for content on specific topics on YouTube. So these questions were I reserved for the last, so that the user
Mhm.
can't get a hint of what we are trying to solve, and I don't want to lead the conversation towards the solution. So
Okay.
yes,
This is in 15 minutes.
yeah, 5 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So the demographics were like 16 to 31, and they were 19 male and 11 female. So the profession were like student, IT professional, CA, chartered accountant, doctor, business owners, etc. So everyone uses YouTube daily. I have asked them, and like their general YouTube usage was they used to explore around 12 to 14 different kinds of topics or genres on YouTube. And out of this 12 to 14, they dedicatedly consume 3 to 5 content on a daily basis, but they used to follow them a lot. So I have checked for their YouTube watch time history. So it was somewhere around 6 hours a week to 13 hours a week. So I think it's a
Mhm.
lot of time users spend on YouTube nowadays. And I have seen mine after it. So mine is 14 hours. So
Hmm.
yes, and current feed experience is like 25 users were pretty much satisfied. There was no issue to them, and 28 users recommendation based on watch history. मतलब उनकी history के ऊपर recommendations आ रही है जो YouTube अभी solve कर रहा है. And 12
Hmm.
users it only recommends video based on recent watch history. So these were the insights which I've gathered from insights.
Okay.
So like the focus oriented feed concepts. So 22 users were pretty much interested in this concept, and also 13 were like quite often, and 23 users were very often.
Hmm.
Let's go to the next slide.
So they were satisfied, no? You That means like out of 30 people, 25
Yeah,
people were satisfied. So
like it is a question like, are you satisfied? So there will be answer of like it is solving a problem. Like YouTube is already recommending the videos based on their watch history. But if
hmm.
someone wants to explore one type of content and wants to, like, if you watch, like, let me explain what is the actual problem. So you watch four type of content. So once you watch content A, so what YouTube will do is it will start recommending you from the content A.
Hmm.
After that you have watched content B, so YouTube
Hmm.
will start recommending you about the content B. After that
Hmm.
you watch C, so YouTube will recommend you the content about C and D, so on. So what if you want to explore the content A one day, and you got to see like in your recommended feed, like there was literally no recommendation from YouTube, or there was only a limited recommendation to it. So you're getting the problem which I'm trying to solve.
Okay. But the thing is, nobody here really mentioned any pain point
Like
as such,
I
right? There's
haven't,
like,
yeah, yeah, you are right about it, because I haven't directly asked this question to them. So these were
okay.
the questions in focus oriented feed concept. Screen is not okay.
Okay.
Like here you can see how interested would you be in focus feed and specific topics or interest. So I have asked, would you be interested? So out of 31, 25 are pretty much interested in this particular specified feed concepts.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
these were the pain points which I have explored while talking to them. So like these were not the part of the questions. So it's a kind of like the way they have explained their YouTube experience. Sort of that I have explored, and some of the problems I have listed. So like it's a overwhelming content. So once you open YouTube, there's a mixed, cluttered content of your watch history. So that is a problem, and there was a lack of control. As you have seen, like the current solution, customize your feed, has a very limited control, we can say, or no control at all, because there is no option for search like what you want to see, and there was only 16 to 20 videos from which you can select and set your recommendations. So it's not worth at all. And like difficulty discovering irrelevant content. So you are exploring content A, so you'll find like there was mixed content which we are aware of. There will be mixed recommendation of your watch history. So
Hmm.
you'll get to see only one or two thumbnail related to that content, or you'll not see at all any related content to your choice of interest. Yeah, and
Okay.
also there was decision fatigue. So once you open YouTube, you see there was a like mixed content all over YouTube. So you will have to search for it, or like you have to think for like which content you have to consume. So we can say there is a decision fatigue is there. So unclear recommendations. So sometimes you can see there will be a random recommendation from YouTube, which content you haven't watched yet, or you are not willing to watch. So those were there also. And like limited personalization, we explored, like you cannot personalize your recommendations as of now. uh, all you can do is the channels you have subscribed, you can directly go to their channels and watch the latest content from the subscriptions tab. And also
Hmm.
there was navigation complexity for the same issue. Like the customize your feed is randomly placed while you explore on your mobile, but once it's gone, or you have not in the mood of doing it right now, so you want to do it after a while, so there is no option you can explore that particular customize your feed option in YouTube's navigation. So that is there. So these were the pain points I
But
got.
if
Yeah.
these are if there are so much pain points, why were like people saying they were pretty much satisfied with the
uh,
recommendations? And then like this is
like
bit of contradictory, right? Like one
yes.
place where we are quantitatively saying that 25 people are happy, but then
Mhm.
qualitative pain points that we were writing here are unclear recommendations and things like that.
Yeah.
So
So, as I have told you, like I don't want to lead the questions. I don't want to lead the users to the solution. So I have asked the normal questions first, like what were their demographics, what was their general YouTube usage, and what is their current feed experience before asking the focus-oriented concept.
mhm,
So it was the satisfaction before I have asked them, like, if you are watching 3 to 4 content, and do you want a space where you can watch this one type of content in this particular feed, you're going to see the content only related to the content you have selected. So
got it.
then they have uh, answered and shows these pain points.
All right, move forward, move forward. Yeah,
So these
go
were
ahead.
the user personas. Who are we designing for? So there was Sarah, the busy professional. Sarah loves learning new things but has limited time. She wants her YouTube feed to show only educational content relevant to her field. And there was
Okay.
Jake, the entertainment enthusiast. Jake uses YouTube to unwind and prefer content that aligns with his hobbies like comedy and gaming.
Hmm.
So as we can see, the Sarah wants educational content, but YouTube
Hmm.
will not only recommend educational content, it will recommend you whole lot of genres and based on your watch history. So there is no dedicated option from where you can explore only educational content. The only
Got it.
way you have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do it
Move forward.
while doing
Yeah,
a
yeah,
search. Yeah.
yeah. Let's try to
So
wrap
here is
it
the
in next 10 minutes. Yeah.
okay, okay. So here is the solution, turning insights into actions. So let's start with the planning. So what will be the business goals and user goals? What will be the feature priorities, and what will be the common goals and technical requirements? So here, as you can see, this particular feature, which we are going to explore in further slides, will help business in enhance user engagement, will increase watch time of them, boost ad revenue because there was dedicated content. So ad revenue, like YouTube can recommend advertisement related to those contents or those fields, and they can promote new features, gather user insights, and enhance brand loyalty. What will be the user goals? Like personalized content, control over their feed, reduce clutter, ease of use, and discover new content. So what
Mhm.
will be the feature priorities? So it will be onboarding and introduction to the focus feeds, creating and customizing focus feeds, managing these multiple feeds, and exploring content within these feeds, and setting preferences and filters, and also analyzing the feeds performance. So yeah,
Okay.
and what will be the technical requirement? Like content filtering and sorting, which will be the part of YouTube algorithm, and user interface design, which we are going to create, and feed creation workflow, which is also our work, and integration with existing system. So it will be a mix of development point of side, and also I have to take care of their design system and their design language in the design. So yeah, and also the managing feeds. So here is the feature description, like introducing focus feeds, a feature that allows users to create and manage multiple feeds based on specific interests. This feature will enable user to tailor their content discovery experience to their current preferences. So as you can see, I have placed this feature in sitemap of YouTube. Like focus feed is a kind of personalized feature. So I have placed this tab in the U section of YouTube's navigation, and also I placed a new batch right in front of it, so user get to know like this is the new feature. And also
Can
as
you
you can
move your
see, I
can you move your mouse pointer to where it is
yeah,
there?
yeah, so are you guys able to
Okay.
see it?
I think it's going to be tough for people to actually see it. The stream is in 720p, but
Okay,
I think we got it. What is written there? Can you tell me what is written in the text
this
and
is
what is written
focus.
in the banner?
Yeah, so here is the feature which is focus speeds, which is
Okay.
named here. And I have also used a new, I have written text new in red batch, so the users
Got
can
it.
got to know that this is the new feature which YouTube has introduced. And
Got it. Yeah.
also I have prepared a banner uh, right for it, like your interest, your feed, your YouTube, so that user
Got it.
cannot miss this new feature. So I
Hmm.
have used this banner also. And here as you
Got
can
it.
see, user can directly access this feature from right here also, or
Hmm.
once he can learn more, where he'll get to know the benefits of this feature and what is about, and then he can
Okay.
uh, thought of like he wants to explore this feature or not. So
Sure.
this will be, I'll explain this further in the prototype. So once user clicks on for the first time on this feature, so there will be this pop-up like unlock your personalized focus feeds, which explains what this particular feature is all about and how this feature is going to help them. So here you can see it's personalized experience, save time, stay updated, and reduce clutter. So here also I have used maybe later, like user will got to know about the feature. So if he find it's worth for him, he can go, got it, let's go, he can start the creating feeds, or he can also like I'll do it maybe later also. So it's an introduction model for the first time for the users.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we must start exploring the prototype. So what do you say? Because here only they got to see the screenshots, and that will be not clear, like you have told me it's
Sure. Sure.
720p.
Please show your prototype,
Yeah,
and we'll have to finish. I think this is the last part of the presentation. I'm assuming.
yeah, there are 2 3 slides more, I think, which we must see after the prototype.
Sure.
So I have tried to show the problem right here also. So as you can see, the pelvis
Can
studio
you
is
explain
related
this?
to the, is it visible, Bharat?
Can you go full screen on this, or this is the max?
We can also go full screen.
Okay. Cool. Great. Yeah.
So here
Yeah.
you can see, like it's before focus feed. So you can see it's a random thumbnails in your recommended system. So it's
Hmm.
a bit of your UX/UI related videos, a bit of your entertainment videos, a new Maruti Suzuki Swift, which I don't want in my YouTube recommendation. So
Hmm.
I have used these screenshots from the YouTube's actual recommendation. So these are the
Hmm.
recommendations which YouTube used to show me on my recommendation home feed.
Hmm.
Yeah. So here you can see I have placed focus feed in the
Hmm.
navigation of view section because it's more of a personalized feature. So I
Hmm.
placed in view section of the YouTube
Hmm.
navigation. Also, I've
Hmm.
used this banner to educate the user about this new feature. So
Hmm.
here he can, if he don't want to directly want to explore the feature, here is also option for learn more. So once he click on learn more, he will get to see the introduction model where we are explaining the feature, which explains like personalized experience, which saves time, stay updated, and reduce clutter. And also I have
Yeah,
given a
you mentioned
subtitle to
this.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So once user click on it, so let me. So I've cropped the screen so you can see the whole screen which I have done. So I have put an element of like joy to the screen by introducing these illustrations, and this is the overall feel of this part when you create a focus field. So let's also
Okay.
go back
Yeah.
to the big size. Yeah.
Zoom. Zoom.
So
Zoom. Yeah.
yeah. So user will have to go from three steps to create this focus field.
Is it
So
possible
I
to
have
further zoom it?
I
Like
think
if
it's
you
the max,
just
Bharat.
if you
It's the
place
max.
Control plus on, what does it do? Nothing happens. Yeah.
Like, yeah, this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the
Fine.
step one
Just
was yeah. So the step one was name your focus field. So here also I have given a bit of what is all about, like tailor your feed to your interest, create your focus feed, customize your YouTube experience by tailoring your feed to your interest.
hmm.
So here user will have to name the feed, and also I have explained like give your feed a name that reflects its content. So like if
Hmm.
you are going to learn guitar, so he can name it like learn guitar. Also, I've given examples in the placeholder section like tech innovation or cooking tips. And
Hmm.
what I've done with the CTAs is like I have not matlab, acknowledged user like what will be
Hmm.
his next step. So the CTA here we can use next also, but I have used select interest, so user will get to know what will be his further task to do.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So once user click on select interest, here we'll see like fuel your focus field learn UX UI. So based on his name which he given in the previous step, there
Hmm.
will be a related tags to it. So as you can see, he named it like learn UX UI. So there will be the tags like GUI design system, Apple app design, and home design, HMI design. So and a kind of mix. So user
Hmm.
can select those interests, or also if
Yeah.
the tags were missing, he can also search for it.
Hmm.
Yeah, and as you can see, the CTA is disabled because he haven't selected any tags yet. And I have also instructed user like pick three to continue. So the user have to pick at least three for further steps. So once user select it, so there will be the like selected interest. The total interest he has selected will be shown here like three, and he can also remove it from here if he changes his mind, and or he can proceed to the third step, which is select
Hmm.
videos. Yeah.
Hmm.
So once he comes to the step three, so based on the tags which he have selected in the previous step, so there will be videos related to those tags. From here, he also have to select at least three videos to create this particular focus feed. So as you can
Okay.
see, learn UX UI. So here are the feeds related to learn UX UI also. So
Hmm.
once user click on it, he can now explore this feed which user have created. So let's explore.
Hmm.
So as you can see, once the user created the focus feed, so this will be his navigation.
Hmm.
So we are aware of like once the feed is created, so the other irrelevant navigations will not matter to user, and he will just create a distraction for the users. So I have created a toggle for focus feed. So in this one user in the focus field, the other options will not be visible, and he can switch right from here. He can like toggle it off, and the previous navigation will be visible to him, or he can just toggle it on, and the focus field will present to him.
Okay.
I hope, yeah. So this is the once user comes to the focus feed, when he have created the focus feed, so he will land to this page manage feeds, where he can where user can see like how much time the user have spent on this particular feed. So here, as you can see, like today he spent almost 30 minutes, and in last 7 days he have spent almost 3 or 45 minutes, which gives user a insight of like how much time he is giving to this particular feed. Also
Hmm.
user can edit the name from here, and also his interest. So like if he has selected three interests, and like user interface design, UI design tutorial, and product design course. So he have understood US interface design. So now he don't want these recommendations of user interface design his feed, so he can just like toggle it off, he can disable it. I have also given a tooltip for the same. So once the user hover over it, he can see he can disable this user interface design. So the videos related to user interface design will not be shown in his feed. Also, he can delete it from here, and also he can explore further interest. Like he wants to add further interest to it. So always there is a like recommended uh, tags of the field of the feed which he had named, and also he can search for further tags and save changes.
Got it.
So
Okay.
yeah, and also from here he has access to create new feed, and also I have given it the plus icon in feeds in next to feeds also, and he can switch between his feed he have created. So yeah, that's all about this case solution I have done.
Got it. What were the last three slides? You mentioned that it is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was this usability testing. Like I have to, like I have told you, if I'm going to do it for YouTube, so I want to
Hmm.
do it professionally. So I have created a proper usability test scenarios, a task which user have to go through, and metrics to measure. So like let's see, what were the test scenarios. Scenario one: spotting the new feature in the sitemap, like if they are able to find the feature in the sitemap or not, और चेकिंग आउट द इंट्रो मॉडल एंड ग्रेस्पिंग द फीचर्स ऑसमनेस, मतलब वो इंट्रो मॉडल के अंदर जाके उसे उन्हें समझ आ रहा है कि नहीं व्हाट इज दिस फीचर ऑल अबाउट, एंड
Hmm.
ऑल्सो क्रिएटिंग अ न्यू फीड, आर दे एबल टू क्रिएट न्यू फीड, or like are they able to manage it once they have created it. So what were the tasks? Like tasks were navigate to the focus feed section, uh, if they are able to find it, and the task two is read the intro model, or maybe just skip it or proceed to create your first feed, and name your feed. Are they able to feed matlab name their feed or pick their interest or customize it to their heart's content. And also once they have done it, so they can switch between the feeds which they have created, or like he can further modify their feeds. So these were the metrics to measure task completion rate, how many nailed it in their first try, aiming for a high score here. So time on task, like how much time they have taken for these steps, and error rate, matlab how many of them are not able to complete the task. So yeah, so these were the test results. Like 90% of users were able to do it, and on an average, the whole process took almost 3 minutes to user to create and understand about the feature. And the satisfaction rate is about 8 out of 10. So yeah, users loved the customization and model skipping. Matlab users were skipping just model, so they are just clicking on the create feed. So almost a few users have literally read out the features, and rest of them just skip to the next part. So yeah,
Got
and
it.
the recommendations from the candidates were like if there was a tutorial of the same which
Hmm.
explains all of this. So yeah, and here are my learnings. So like I have done the user empathy in detail in this project. So I have like I am the owner here of this particular whole project, so I don't want to
Right.
miss on any feedback or any. I don't want to miss any edge cases. So I have done it in detail, and I hope I have done it good. And also the feedbacks, like these were the final screens which we are seeing. But obviously there were iterations which we can't present in like portfolio in detail. So
Right.
feedback is there. Yeah. So also the fun part, I have made this presentation a bit of fun. So yeah.
Yeah.
So like once recruiter comes to this screen, so like this there's more, but it's a top secret. So here I have told recruiter like rest of the work is under NDA, so I can't present it here. So what they can do is obviously they will have my resume first, and then they proceed for the portfolio. But in case if they don't, so I have also given my mail here, because I have
Right.
also posted this link on my LinkedIn also. So yeah,
Hmm.
thank you for sticking around till the end. You are officially awesome. So that's all about
Nice.
my guess.
Nice. Congratulations. Good presentation, bro. Nice.
Uh,
All right. I'll just finish taking the notes and then I'll begin. And then we also have in our chat a bunch of questions, so we'll address that as well.
okay.
Um, so just give me a second. I forgot the chain of thought. I was having something. Uh, what was the last part? Yeah. You can have a
Now
bit
I'm
of water
seeing a
if you
lot of
want.
tests. Sure.
Long presentation. By the way, for people who just joined, obviously a lot of people were not there when we were discussing. Vipin is not well, but uh, kudos to him for sticking around and presenting for 1 hour. So I feel really bad that we have to put you through this, but thanks a lot. By the way, great presentation. I really like the aesthetics. First of all, I think,
Okay.
I mean, that sensibility, that test is definitely there. uh, I also like the fact that this is a presentation and not a blog, because one of your strong point is the way you have written it. So the choices of word, the humor, the personalization that you have added is actually really good. While, like, when you had given me the Figma link initially few days back, I was not in a mood to spend too much time on it because I was in the middle of something else. But then, because the way you had written it, the choice of words, the small fun parts that you have put into it, that just made me hook into it, right? Like, let me just read more about it and so on. So that part is really done well. The aesthetics, the text is like really good. um I wanted to understand one thing. So, is this presentation something that you send in your application when you are applying for job? Is that the idea, or is it for a portfolio round, or is it for both?
Like it is for the portfolio round.
Okay, it is not.
Yeah.
So, when you're applying for a company, are you not
Mhm.
sending this portfolio?
I'm sending it like if I'm applying it over mail. So what I do is
Huh,
I paste this link and also the resume of mine, and
huh,
like in the easy apply sections or the company's career section, if there was
hmm,
a field dedicated to portfolio link, so I paste it
hmm.
there. Or yeah, that's
Got
it.
it. That means it is both. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, Tip here. I feel you should have two versions of your portfolio. One is for somebody to read when you are not around, which means it will have more text and it will have all the explanation that is required, right?
Mhm.
Versus when you are presenting, you don't need to read it out from your portfolio, right?
Mhm.
So which means you should have just images and a few bit of text, and you should have your script ready. That is perfectly fine. Try to rehearse it as much as possible,
Mhm.
because as somebody, because you're already there to present, right? I don't want to look at it and read the entire thing, right? So that
Mhm.
would be a tip. Just make another presentation which is devoid of text, right? I think this
Okay.
is best for sending it to somebody. When you're not there to explain, your text is explaining, so that is done well. But when you're
Mhm.
presenting, you don't need to put so much text, so that is one part.
Okay.
uh, I think kudos to you. Very brave of you to pick on YouTube. So because it's already a very well designed product. In fact, I had put a poll recently asking for which of the feed is better. Is it on LinkedIn? I had put this. So the options were YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, or Instagram. I think YouTube is still coming on top. So basically, YouTube's feed is something that people already like. So you're trying to build on something that people already like, which is tough. And this is in contrast to people who redesign SBI website, right? Like we bloody know it's done bad, so any addition is just simple and straightforward to do, right? If you really want to show off your design skill, then redesign a good product, right? So that is something
Absolutely.
that you have done, which is like the top tier product you have picked. So brave of you, first of all. uh,
Thank you.
I When you mentioned that you are good at drawing and that's how you got into design, I thought that these sketches were also done by you, but then you gave me a kicker that these are from
Yeah.
a icon pack. Why didn't you like use your own drawing? That would have been good, I feel.
I think I don't have that much kind of drawings which were related to which will complement to this case study or presentation. And also, I don't
Mm.
have that much time, so I can recreate the illustrations for this particular case study. If
Okay,
I am going to use the illustrations, so it will took a lot of time of mine.
got it, got it.
Yeah.
Skill sections, I feel in the beginning of the presentation that you had, I feel it could have been just the case study oriented, right? I think skills and all of that is part of resume. So I
Mhm.
personally do not prefer spending too much time on that part of it. Like if you want to even put it, it should be very less and very focused. Because
Okay.
if you're applying for your next role, maybe it's, let's say it is UX designer 2 or senior UX designer, that kind of a role,
Mhm.
then you just talk about what is in demand for that role, right? Rather than saying I use this tool for that purpose and this tool for that purpose. I
Mhm.
feel that is a lot of initial time that was like not utilized properly. Because you see, whenever an interview starts, that's when the maximum energy is there, right?
Mhm.
Maximum focus is there. If you're wasting that focus into talking about things which is not super relevant to the product, or not selling your most important skills, then I feel that's a missed opportunity, right? So I feel
Okay.
utilize the first few minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, to really provide all the sellings that you want to do, right? Rather than, I feel those tools and all were slightly irrelevant for the first few minutes at least. um
Okay.
okay, next is skills section not required. Concepts not mentioned. I forgot what I wrote here. I feel like, I think you could have also shown like concept one. I thought solution, this could be one solution, that could be another
Right.
solution, pros and cons of it. Because when you're applying for a senior role, right, we would expect you to do that pros and con analysis of multiple designs. Like that's something that is expected out of a slightly senior product designer. Because tomorrow when there will be juniors under you, they will come up with concepts. But you need to not just purify or refine that exact same concept, but you need to tell them that okay, this is one concept, think more, think about another concept, how you can solve the same thing, and tell me what are the pros and cons of this concept and pros and cons of that concept, right? I think that is a very important skill set to have at senior level. So I think you mentioned that you already have it, but you didn't add it to your presentation.
Yeah.
I think it would be much more important than your first few things that you showed, right? Which is skills, tools, all of that is like you can remove that and add this. This is much more important.
Good.
Mm, yeah. Which tools? Okay, that part doesn't matter. Scripting is good. I have already told you. However, don't read from the presentation. You can like script it, you can rehearse it, but in the presentation just don't put it, right? Maybe just put a one liner, right?
Mhm.
And whatever explanation you want to talk about it, if you want to explain another 2 3 lines into it, then tell it, like use your voice to tell it and don't write it as much. I think that
Okay.
would be better. um, One line problem statement, I think there was a point where I asked you like what is that one line problem statement, right? I think
Mhm.
that one point you should be very clear कि, अच्छा, this is exactly what I'm trying to solve for, that the
Mhm.
feed is not great, and then you probably give an example. For example, blah blah blah, uh, as a user I'm not able to, so like what we call as JBTD, right? Jobs to be done. Okay,
Okay.
jobs to be done, JT
D.
DB, whatever,
Mhm. Yeah.
BD or whatever. So jobs to be done is something that you can say, and that would be very easy for us to understand, rather than writing it in a more prose literature kind of or LinkedIn kind of corporate kind of language. You can just
Mhm.
give an example, say that, hey, this is my primary persona, this is the problem that they are facing, and let's try to solve that, right? So with examples it's always easy to understand what it is. Like for me, why I actually asked you for that one line problem statement is because uh, I was distracted. Like I am anyway a
Mhm.
very distracted person in general, but I got distracted, that's why I asked you what was that one line problem statement. So that is also something I wanted to tell you. You
Mhm.
mentioned 5 to 15 minutes. uh, I'm always skeptical when somebody says that I asked this much questions, but then it was all done in 5 to 15 minutes, right?
Mhm.
Because I have also done user interviews, and if I were to put so many questions and ask somebody about all of these things, obviously I'm never going to like ask this question and not do a follow up on that, right? If there is any
Okay.
interesting insight that I get, any interesting quote from them, if I get that, then I'll try to ask them, okay, can you tell a bit about it, right?
Mhm.
So usually it would, I have seen it takes the amount of question that you have written. If you would have done like second degree questioning, then aram se it would have taken like 45 to 1 hour, right? So
Mhm.
that's where I felt slightly skeptical कि, okay, can it be done in 5 minutes? Not sure, like uh, it's very difficult to do that in 5 minutes, 15 minutes. So
Mhm.
I, as a
Can I add to
recruiter,
it
yeah,
something?
as a recruiter I became skeptical at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the 5 to 15 minutes is like something most of the clients I know, like what is their age, what they are doing, because we kind of interacting in gym. And
Hmm.
also I haven't asked, like I've asked all the questions to the person of 15 minutes, not to the 5 minutes. So the amount of time they used to have with me, so based on that I asked relevant questions. So it's not like I have asked all these questions to every users, to every client. I hope you understand.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, that raises another question. So
Yeah.
usually when we do interviews, right? So we go with a script. Okay, these are all the questions that I'm going to ask.
Yes.
We put it in an Excel sheet. These are all the questions. Participant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We
Yeah.
collect all the answers on that, right? So
Yes.
what that does is for every questions, I know that there are 30 answers, right?
Mhm.
Otherwise, what will happen is for one question, if you ask, if you get only 5 answers, for another questions you are getting 30 answers, then that
Mhm.
question where you got only 5 answers, that question got invalidated in a way, like you don't have enough confidence on that question actually. Like you
Mhm.
have this thing called confidence score, right?
Okay.
uh, I think something called p value in research is something that we use.
Mhm.
So that gets lost a bit. Like you can say you have done 13, you have interviewed 30 people, but that
Mhm.
particular question just got 5 people's answer, right? So it's
Mhm.
not coherent, right? So ideally you should be actually asking all the questions to all the people, and then doing an Excel sheet, and then use chat gpt for every column, right? Like question 1,
Okay.
these are all the answer, what is the user sentiment on that answer, right? Get it,
Cool.
and then that becomes your user insight, right? So yeah, that could have also been done. um I would have also liked if you would have put some of the quotes from user, right? Like
Okay.
this person working there, blah blah blah, this person says this, कि whatever hindi में हो या whatever, you can just put it, it just makes it more authentic, right? Like okay,
Mhm.
बंदे ने किया है, right? So that is there. I like the security picture, by the way. It makes it more authentic. Yeah, ठीक है मतलब किया तो
Uh,
है. So that is a good one. Yeah.
yeah.
Discovery versus personalization. This is more from a product angle. Ki you
Mhm.
see, if you are saying that you want to like fully personalize the feed, then, which by the way was something that earlier used to happen, which is subscriber count on YouTube was very important, right?
Mhm.
Because when I earlier, my feed used to be all about the people I have subscribed to. Agar they have
Mhm.
good content, if they have new content, then that will show up in my feed. Now subscriber count does not matter that much, because it is now interest based. The feed that we get in YouTube is interest based. So
Mhm.
the reason for that is, uh, like 2019 I was interested in graphic design. Now I'm not interested in graphic design, but I'm
Mhm.
subscribed to a guy called Roboto Blake. I'm subscribed to a guy called Chris, to Satori Graphics and all. I don't
Mhm.
want to see Will Pat. I don't want to see their content right now. No, right now I'm
Yeah.
interested in Samay Rena, so I'll I would want, give me more Samay Rena, right? So
Yes.
so that is why they have pivoted to, like, obviously YouTube would have got some, insights ki, okay, people change over time, so interest,
Yes.
you know uh, so I'll allow them to discover similar content. Like for example, if somebody likes Tanmay Bhatt, maybe they would like Samarena. Like that's how it maps them, right? So it is in a
Mhm.
way quite intelligent, but then we are saying that no, but there is this one particular use case where it is not useful, right? So what I'm trying to say here is, it is not that whatever exists today is actually wrong, right?
Mhm.
It has its own purpose. So wherever
Absolutely.
you mentioned that, ki it is all cluttered and it is all of that, like all those negative comments
Mhm.
about what exists today, I think it is wrong to make by asking 30 people this question, right? We
Mhm.
could always say that for a very specific use case, uh you know this is not helping, right? But
Mhm.
in general, we can't really say that, you know this is not working out at all. The
Yeah.
entire algorithm is not working out at all.
So
I think that
I want to
narrative
add
you
something to
can.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
So actually, I have searched like how many active users YouTube have as of now. So I got to know it's in billion. So it's somewhere around billion. I don't know the exact number. I forget it right now as of now. So the thing is, if we are going to, if the only 1% of the total active members of YouTube are facing this problem, so this 1% will be also in millions. If a 1% of the users are facing it, it's a product with a billion users.
Yeah.
So I think YouTube will try to figure it out. Like if the 1% users of say like we are facing, we want to explore one type of content more, or like we want to see related content to this particular interest. So I think it's worth YouTube will spend time on it.
No, no, that is perfectly fine. You proposing your
Mm.
feature is perfectly fine. The
Yeah.
point, what I am saying is that, where you are mentioning that current situation is, not working out in general. Actually, it is not like in general it is not working out. In fact, your survey
Yeah.
only is saying that it is working out in general. It is for a
Yeah.
specific use
Understood.
case is when, it needs to be enhanced, right? So
Absolutely.
you could actually change your narrative in that way, which is, like, my research is saying that in general it is working out. But if I
Mm.
ask this particular question, that okay, how are you going to learn UI UX design on YouTube,
Mm.
right? What are the answer I'm getting? Okay, I'll find out. I'll first search best UI UX design, right? Then
Mm.
I'll know that okay, these are 5 creators that are coming up, and then I will look
Mm.
at their video and then maybe create a watch list or whatever, right? That way you would know that okay, when somebody is in a learning mode is when they would need this much more, right? Which
Mm.
brings me to this one point. You mentioned you have two persona, but you only talked about one persona. Your one persona was this busy person, the other one was an entertainment seeker, right?
Mm. Yes,
So what is the use case for an entertainment person to create
like yeah,
this?
absolutely. So if we expose like content like Samirana, which we used to explore on YouTube, so he can also
uh,
create a feed related to it, like he can name it comedy videos, something like that, and he can then select interest related to comedy videos and the videos he wants to use in this particular feed. So he can also create a custom feed for it. So it
okay.
is relevant for Jake too. Yeah.
And then when I see that I have spent 8 hours on some arena today, and
Mhm.
tomorrow I have spent 6 hours on some arena, would that help?
It's like it will help in when the student is like once the student is the use case.
Student
Like
use case perfect, right?
yeah,
But education, entertainment are like the two things, right, on YouTube
absolutely.
basically, right?
Yes, yes.
So you mentioned about education use case, perfect, but
Mhm.
you cannot do the same dashboard for entertainment, saying that, oh,
Mhm.
claps because you have spent 10 hours on some arena last week, right? I would rather
Mhm.
feel guilty, oh fuck, like I spent so much time, right?
But at least you are aware of like you have spent 3 hours on this
No,
particular
even
content.
today also YouTube can do
Yeah.
that. The reason they don't want to
Yes.
do that is business, right? Like they can say you have
Absolutely.
spent 8 hours on YouTube, like first thing when you when you land on YouTube. Obviously, there is business reasons. You will feel guilty and then you will drop off. Nobody wants to show that.
Yes. Yes.
If you want to talk about education, great use case. Entertainment, you have to think. You have to rethink how you are going to show the data, right? So yeah,
Cool.
let's go back. I still have a lot of points. So um, at one point of the presentation you went forward, then you came back and clicked on the link to your portfolio, right? Although
Mhm.
you knew that that's a point where you should have actually put the link, right? So ideally you should never like do this to and fro. You should have this one
Okay.
narrative in my mind, in your mind, ki, okay, this is where I'm going. At this point there is a possibility that I might want to show the portfolio, let me have the link here as well, right? So
Okay.
ideally you should have the link on that page as well. So that's
Okay.
there. The banner illustration that you have done, right? Can you bring that up again?
Sure. Is it visible, Bharat?
एक minute. All right. Yeah, so this banner illustration here, right? So does it does it like resemble anything around your interest, your feed, your YouTube? Like I don't find it to be very relatable, to be honest. Or what was the thought process behind using this actually?
Like I want to educate the user about the new feature. So it is the banner to make user aware of that there is a feature called focus feed, and I want to give it a brief of it in this banner. So I have used a title like your interests, your
No, no,
feed, your
title is
YouTube.
fine. No, no, the title
Yeah.
is fine. This illustration, how is it, like what was the thought process behind Kecha? This illustration actually like connects to
So
what
as
I'm
you can
talking about.
see, as you can see in this illustration, the girl is pretty much satisfied or smiling, or we can say she is happy, and she is using a YouTube. And sorry for YouTube, she is using a laptop. So
Hmm.
and also you can see her hands on the keyboard part, like the YouTube's area.
Yeah, I think
Sorry, the laptop's
yeah,
working
I
space.
think this is a very hard connect. Ki, are, she's happy because she's watching. Are YouTube? There is no YouTube.
No, no, no.
First of all,
Like
it's
we can expect like she is also using this feature, or like it is something related to the digital experience. So that's
hmm.
why I've used it. Yeah.
I mean, see, ideally, you should probably try to. do a visual representation key for, like, see at the end what you're doing. So there is noise and then there is focus, right? So you could do some abstract illustration, but that can be shown through some simpler illustration as well. uh, Reason being why I'm being a little analytical about this one is because this is a very prime real estate uh, for anybody, right? And here every pixel that we are putting out has to be like super refined and super thought through, right? So
Okay.
which is why I feel like this illustration should have also been thought through. If you would have told me that this is just a dummy illustration, I didn't get time to create or think about the illustration, that would have been a perfect answer, right? But
Okay.
then trying to connect it and saying that no, I actually thought that this is going to be more relevant, and then there cannot be a better illustration than this is like, I don't
No,
think
no,
that
we can
works out,
definitely
right?
spend much time on this. Like we can also use the snapshot of the solution which we are offering and
Yeah.
anything else. But yes, the time was there, so that is
Yeah, yeah.
also there.
Time is definitely
We
the
can deny
reason
that. Yeah.
why you are basically used
Yeah.
one from the illustration pack, right? So yeah.
Yes.
Um, there was one a person I forgot uh, had also, I think Kishore had also mentioned this, that it would be nice to have a cross button on the banner as well. Maybe people have seen this and don't want to interact with it, so maybe a cross button would also be good. So yeah, that's also a suggestion from people. All right, let's go back to uh so your three steps are: you should first name your focus feed. Based on the
Yes.
name, you are going to show the tags. Then
Yes.
user has to select three tags. Based on the
Yeah.
tags, they are going to see a bunch of videos. They have to select
Yes.
three videos minimum,
Yes. At least.
right?
At least. Yeah.
And then are you going to pre-populate, I mean, sorry, auto populate after they select three videos, or three is what they have?
Like related to those tags and the videos they have selected. So yeah, like the YouTube, the video part is to further refine the YouTube's algorithm. So like related to those tags, there can be a multiple videos. Like if user are going to further define that, like these were the videos I want more. So it is
Hmm.
for the further refining.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
I feel that, like, I have never seen anywhere where, based on what I have named the folder, the next thing happens. Because uh like I mean, I can't think of a use case right now, but maybe I'll just name it as per my convenience, right? So
Mhm.
I may not name it as learn UI UX. I might just name it
Okay.
something else altogether, right?
Mhm.
So like how do we name our
Yeah.
folder, right? So we don't really
Cool.
think of key based on the name, things are going to happen. So maybe
Uh,
that should be decoupled. You can name anything, or rather I would say better would be you don't have that step altogether ki name karo pehle. No, you first choose what you want to learn, right? Then
okay.
based on that we can auto suggest ki okay, this is learn UI UX, your watch
So
list is named as. Yeah.
yeah, I will define this decision. So basically,
uh
this is the edge case where user don't want to name it according to the results he's going to see. So there is this particular search part. So if he names something and YouTube is showing tags related to that name, so there is also a part where he can search for the videos he really want to be shown in this particular feed. And also if the user is going to select feeds first. So as you can see, if there is this law, I'm forgetting its name as of now. So
mhm.
basically what that law suggests is, if you can recommend users the results or what he seeks, like once in search, user puts like DE, so automatically the search will show designs. So
Hmm.
that was my purpose behind this. Like if users going to name it, and we are also defining this, like if you name it accordingly, so the tags will be shown related to the name. So it will be a ease for some users who want to name their feed what is this feed, and in the next step this name will help them to further or matlab, pre-populate the tags related to that name. So yeah, that's why I've used name first rather than selecting interest or videos first. Like in some cases it will be helpful, but yeah, there will always such cases like user don't want to name it according to the content he wishes to see, or like he wants to name it randomly. So yeah, that is there. So in that case he can search, the user can search and define its
No, I
feed.
understood that. Yeah, yeah. Cool. By the way, this is. Have you done any competitor analysis on this?
Uh, I haven't done any competitive analysis, but I have explored like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and like Hotstar. How do they personalize and how they are creating their personalized feed? Like you can create different profiles in Amazon Prime and Hotstar and Netflix. So that
Okay.
I have explored.
Yeah.
Yes.
That part, if you would have added, I think would have been also nice, because
Cool.
this something similar to this also exists in Twitter. So you can
Mhm.
have different feeds and basically lists, right? Twitter has this thing called lists. You can choose certain content creator and then put them into a list, and then at the top you have for you, recommended for you, and then your followings, and then you can also have lists. So that is also something interesting, mainly
Mhm.
because lists are public. For example, if Naval Ravikant has created a list called Seekers, where he has put
Mhm.
down all the good philosophy people, like people who
Mhm.
give good life philosophies, then I can just go and follow Naval's list, right? So I
Right.
don't have to create a list. He has done all the work, right? So,
Mhm.
and I can also see how many people are subscribed to that list, right? So
Yes.
I
Yes.
think that is something that you could have taken also inspiration from. By the way, you don't have to go that far also, because
Yes.
YouTube's watch list is pretty much exactly same. You can make your, sorry, not watch list, playlist. You can pretty
Yes.
much create your playlist, right? So
Mhm.
I feel, as like as a product guy inside YouTube, you could have rather called it as a uh, automated playlist or something like that, because you don't have to then, the reason is you don't have to create another feature to solve this
Mhm.
problem. You already have the infra of playlists. All you need to
Mhm.
do is, like, inside playlist, I'll just now auto populate, auto suggest, right? You just give me
Okay.
a theme based playlist, like I'll provide you the theme, populate
Mhm.
it based on that, and then that playlist can be part of the feed, right? I can just
Like
look at it
this
there.
solution have came to my mind, but the thing is, once the user is creating a feed, so we can think of it as a different person here. So like we used to create different profiles in Netflix, Amazon Prime. So it is like that. So once you enter this feed, so here you can also create playlist as well. Here you can subscribe to different like YouTubers also there. So this will be
Yeah.
a part other than your normal YouTube. So it's a YouTube, but more aligned to the feed you have created. So that's why I have skipped this playlist part.
Okay.
Yeah.
um all right, cool, thanks for answering. Name your feed gone, auto watch list feature, I think I just talked about it. Name basis tags, yeah, I think that was still something that I felt like based on the name, it's a bit odd, but that's fine. Three picks, is three picks necessary? Like, for example, I want to learn UI UX,
Hmm.
like why should I choose app design, blah blah other things?
So if you don't select tags or if you don't define what you want to include in this split, so how YouTube is going to curate it for you? So that why it is there. So users give input to this YouTube recommendation like this tags like this are my interest, and kindly populate videos related to those. So that is why.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it would have been same like before. Once you create a feed without letting YouTube know the interest in the videos you want to see from that feed, so once you open it, it will again show you the random feed. So it's not
Hmm.
creating the, it's not matlab,
Can you go to
providing you with the solution.
youtube.com?
Yeah, sure.
I wanted to see one thing. Do you see these things at the top?
We are here.
Live podcast,
Yes.
music, news, Game of Thrones. So
Like,
this is the solution, right?
yeah, this is the one of their solution, like user interface. So once you click on it, it will show you the videos related to user interface design. So, but once you skip watching this content, so it will not be in this particular navigation. I have explored this too,
Yeah.
and as you can see, here are the other like podcast, music, news. I never explored them, and these are
Hmm.
the tags which are based on my watch history. We can say like
Hmm.
investment funds. It is not there, but like it's showing me. So
But wouldn't it be
it's
nice
not
to just,
completely. Hmm,
yeah, wouldn't it be nice to just build something around this, like enhance this experience, which is okay, this is populated based on my history, but now I want to add something on my own, or maybe I want to pin a particular item, right? Let's say user interface, I want to just pin it, and that could have also worked, right? And I can also add something here, because this
but
seems like it's already, like, you're introducing a brand new feature, but I feel there is something very close to your solution that already exists, so you could have just enhanced. This is what I felt. But yeah, go ahead. What is your take on it?
so as you can see, it is a kind of a filter which YouTube offers here, like watched, new to you, recently uploaded, with the mix of your history, what you have
Now,
watched.
what is it filtering?
Like if you click on recently uploaded, so it will filter out the recently uploaded videos from your watch history or like from your
No,
subscribers.
recently uploaded is fine, but this
Yeah,
user
so
interface.
it is a that's why I'm saying it is a solution which is a filter, and you can further refine this filter on your watch history. But it's not completely solving the problem which I have uh, find. We can say
Mhm.
like once you create a feed, it is a whole new kind of a profile where you can subscribe to different YouTubers. You can create playlist, and this solution will not like playlist, and this solution will not address those edge cases or cases.
Okay, okay. No, no. I was actually talking from a IA point of view, that there is
Mhm,
already place for this, which is basically you put a plus icon at the end of this list, and
mhm,
that is pretty much it, right? You,
mhm,
let's say, so for example, for you calories is one of your topic, right? It has, YouTube has
mhm,
auto created based on your history. Okay,
mhm,
now if you put a plus there and you just write whatever your next goal is, right? Let's say I'll
mhm,
type there geopolitics, India, China.
mhm.
Okay,
Okay.
then that should become a tab, user generated. So this is your AI, not AI, but your algorithm generated, but
Mhm,
it can also be user generated. I can, for example, just write that, and then this is just populated here. So I'm saying that what that would do is it would create less disruption in the IA, because
mhm.
something very close to your solution exists, so you try to push it here. But yeah, cool. uh, I think you have also not disrupted it too much. It's anyway there in for you, so that is there. I was just
Mhm,
showing you, like, I was just talking about another solution, and just to have that debate around solution A versus solution B, pros and cons and so on. Cool.
yeah, I like this
That was,
solution, but yeah, there was limited limitations like we can't create playlist and
yeah,
about the navigation also. So
yeah.
it will
By
still
the way,
show you the random
yeah,
feeds. Yeah.
I really like the I really liked this progress that you were showing. I think from an
Mhm.
educational point of view, it was really good. Okay, it feels good that I've spent this much time on something nice. Like, I mean, the way you would pitch that product is saying that usually when somebody spends time on the computer or on social media, they feel bad that they have spent time so much on reel and
Mhm.
so on. But we can, reverse that narrative, saying them that, okay, if you spend more time on YouTube, it is actually good, and
Mhm.
we will advertise that to you, like, okay, spend more time with
Yes.
us rather than with others. So yeah, I liked that idea where you were showing that. But like I said, entertainment ke liye you have to think, you have to solve for
Mhm.
that. Okay. um like I think Spotify mein it is there, right, which is, um you are among the top 1% fan of BTS, Linkin Park, blah blah,
Mhm.
because you spend so much time listening to their song that you are among their fan, right? So you could, you
Mhm.
know correlate that to, okay, entertainment में वैसा क्या narrative बना सकते हैं basically, right? Because
Right.
education entertainment is like completely different sphere
Mhm.
altogether. All right. Three weeks, like the progress report, time spent metrics. I think, yeah, for entertainment it's going to be one thing. How did you prototype? Usability testing mein you mentioned all this success rate and all. How did you
Mhm.
prototype it? Because people were not really typing, and you know based on their interest, they were not typing. Things were not getting
Mhm.
populated based on what they typed. So it was a click
Mhm.
through this thing, right? So how were you able to
Yes.
usability test
So
this?
it yes, the usability test was around this prototype which I have created.
Huh.
So like it's not like a kind of a usability testing once it is developed. So it is about like are they able to identify the feature in the navigation which I've done, which can be seen in the screen as well, and also they are able to create a feed. I hope you are understanding. So
What
this
did you
can
ask them
these
to create?
usability
Like,
testing can be done. Mhm.
what did you ask them to create basically?
Like I have given them the prototype. So I have asked them, like I have explored them. I have given them the test scenarios which I have
Uh-huh.
told you. So yeah, so they said like, yeah, we are seeing this focus feed here, and this is the banner. So we know this is a feature, and then there was this laptop, and they can simply navigate and click on that. I have told them that they can click anywhere they want, and wherever they feel like this is the click which leads to the next step. So it is completely
Okay.
on them. Yes.
Okay. Got it. Cool. That's all the comment that I had. One thing
Mhm.
that I had also talked to you on phone as well, which is that India part was not very clear to me. Was which is this particular project is under NDA or other projects of yours are under NDA. Right? I think
Mhm.
that was not clear to me. So you could have probably told from in the beginning itself that this
Mhm.
is your personal project. Why are you showing a personal project over live projects? Is because your live projects are under NDA. I think
Cool.
that would have been much
I'll
clearer.
address this.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. So that is it. Let's go through the comments. I'll just overlay it. You can switch off your screen, or rather, I would switch it off from here. Okay, great. And let's arrange this. Cool. Let me find a screen. Okay. Trying out different platforms. YouTube पे तो करना. Okay. Okay. At least in the beginning, people were saying that they were very eager to see your solution once you told the problem statement. So that is good. Uh, you know that, okay. I mean, you have built that interest in your first when you have basically talked about your problem statement, right? So that is good. Is a problem for shorts or for large videos? Okay, genuine question. We have addressed that. Hmm. Mansoor has said that expert feedback versus user feedback gap is a real perspective problem. Okay, I don't know uh, what that means, but
Even I'm
okay.
not getting the contest.
Yeah. Then currently YouTube provides chips as various filters on the home screen at the top. I think yeah, we discussed this. These filters change depending on the type of content or video genre you are watching. Yeah. Pranav, I mean, didn't see your comment, but I think we are aligned on that. That yeah, this is a potential area to expand the solution. User can navigate through various topics and content. So, how is your idea different from the current feature? Yeah, I think you have already addressed it. So yeah, I observe that YouTube filters content on the top. Yeah, I think that's the same thing. Every digital product wants their user to get hooked to the specific product. This kind of focus feed may make the user to limit their YouTube usage, but we have discussed why it can also work as a reverse thing, which is um, you can basically upsell this, saying that the time you spent here is more productive than the time you spent in other platforms. So yeah, I observed that YouTube filter content at the top based on. Everybody is talking about that chip part. Your past video viewing history, user can select from these filters to choose the type of recommendations they want to watch. Yeah, cool. User can be further divided into frequent, which is focused, versus once in a while, freestyle. Hmm. No, I don't think you have mentioned that yours is a you are replacing what exists today. It is an add-on, right? So once in a while already exist. For frequent is why you have created the focused one. So this is also there. Was this captured in the survey? Not sure. uh, all right. My previous question was about how retaining users could be the user goal. I noticed this on the slide with the user goals and business goals. Retaining, I think we have also discussed why this feature can actually be retaining, because again, productive use of time. That's why the research findings are different from user feedback. We have discussed that part. Why would the focus feed on the left navigation panel change position on switching on or off? Okay, this is interesting UI feedback from Rakshit. Would the
So,
user
Rakshit,
get confused? Generally speaking, a switch at any place should remain there. Yeah, go ahead, answer.
so Rakshit, what is there like the switch is we don't want the earlier navigation, which will become irrelevant in the focus field. So once we toggle, so we don't want that earlier navigation to be in the focus field. So that's why I have eliminated those navigation. That's why you can see a switch like those navigation switches to the top focus field. That is why.
That is fine. I think his point is valid that usually when we put switch element in UI, when I click on switch, it toggles off, but it's not like it toggles off and it goes somewhere up, right? So usually we just click there, toggles on, switch there, toggle off, right? The fact that it is moving its position is where his point is. I think valid point. I think a little bit of tweak of where to position it uh, could also help. Yeah, that's fine. I hope there is a way we can interact. Okay. I hope there is a way we can interact using voice. Yeah, that could be an add-on as well. It's fine. I want to focus my feed for Bharat Apat's content. Kishore. Arey bhai.
Nice man.
Yeah. Subscribe. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, and then follow me everywhere. Anyway, no, don't spend too much time. User might take it as an ad because we see the most of the ads at the top of the screen. Pranav, I think he's talking about the banner part. He's talking about the blindness
Yes.
might be created. Hmm, interesting. But usually
So
features are created like that only, no? Or how is it?
yes. Like the YouTube Music was also introduced like this on YouTube
Yeah,
in this
makes
form.
sense then. Yeah. The first step in creating the feed is for the user to name their feed. The copy says give a name, but the CTA says select interests. Do you think it will be confusing? Hmm. I think there are two ways of doing it, and
So
it is fine. Yeah. Selecting the videos first will give the algorithm a better suggestive option for the name of the focus feed. Uh, yeah, I think this is something that we discussed, which is if you basically switch places कि पहले आप interest select कर लो, so then you can just autofill the name, right? You think like how ChatGPT also was, like you are not really first writing that this chat is supposed to be named like this. You are just chatting first, right?
mm,
And then based on what you basically asked question, that chat ka name gets populated, right? So
mm,
I think that's what people are trying to say here, which is you can just get started with your work first, and then all this naming and all can be pre-populated. So that's one way to do it. Cool. uh, Kishore has an idea, which is share your focus feed to your friends, like we discussed about Twitter lists, right? I
yes.
think that would be a good way. Also a bragging right, which is okay, I have spent this much time on uh, what you're learning about blah 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 stuff. Badges,
Mm.
gamification, and stuff like that can also be there. So yeah, nice. If there is any other question, you guys can actually put it in the WhatsApp community, because it's already very late. I don't know when you actually sleep, bro. I think I have hijacked
Uh,
your
I
sleep
guess
cycle.
no, 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 not at all.
All right. I think it's a very long day for everyone. I hope you guys found something interesting here. Uh, Bro, you want to say anything or about this entire setup, about presenting
Yeah.
feedback,
So,
people interaction, and so on? Yeah.
so let us think like you are the recruiter. Like you are in the portfolio round. You are मतलब UXY lead or senior UXY designer who is interviewing me. So, what do you think of this presentation, like the presentation part and the way I have presented it? So,
Yeah.
would you think I will be clearing to the next round, or like this presentation lacks something, or what will be your decision after this presentation?
No, usually decisions are not made on uh, this only presentation, right? Usually there would be other candidates, right? So
Mhm,
based on different candidates, what they're bringing in and what we are looking for, that is, these are all other variables also that matters, right? Not just
mhm,
our own work, but even other
mhm,
people's work also matters. So that's why it's such a chance and luck kind of a thing, right? So
mhm,
just wanted to address that it's a multivariable problem, it's not a one variable problem, right? So
mhm,
that aside, I've talked about the pros and cons. Right? One of the part is I feel a lot of the things were very verbose, and that's why it took 1 hour to present. Of course, I was also interrupting and then asking you questions. That is there,
mhm,
but I would have actually liked if it was more crisp, and you know, if you would have also sold some of your skills. I mean, yeah, we have actually done a very good job of talking about that. I know research, I used
mhm,
research, and then this is the UI part. But then I feel if I was interviewing for a senior designer role, uh,
mhm,
especially for people who are with experience of 4 to 7 years experience, that range, right? Then I would have liked to understand your pros and cons of different solutions, right? And your
mhm,
competitor analysis also, because we don't get so much time to always do these kind of researches, right? Research is always
mhm,
like resource intense. We don't do research on
mhm.
everything. Definitely this is worth
Yeah.
researching what you are building, 100% totally agree with it. But if you show me that I got this idea from Spotify, that idea from Twitter, this already exists with YouTube, and stuff like that, then I would know that okay, this guy is not just relying on primary research, but is very good at secondary research as well, right? So that
Okay.
is something that I would have also liked to see. So for a senior role, it's 50-50 based on whether other people, how other people are performing and all. But yeah,
Mm.
otherwise it's a good portfolio. There are things like, for example, if I'm in a need of a person who is you know who is probably going to work alone, not in a team, but mostly like going to take a load of work and uh, execute it alone in a particular team, then yeah, I mean, you have a good chance, because what you have shown is, a, you have also talked about it, which is you are the sole designer in a startup, which means, okay,
Mm.
this guy can just take things from 0 to 1 in design, right? He's not reliant on
Yes.
researcher and so on. So that's where your chance gets higher. But where your chances gets lower is if somebody is already in a team and is looking for a very specific, let's say, product designer. Let's say research part is already done by somebody else, right? Then if I'm only
Mm.
now looking at somebody who is just pro product thinker, product guy, right, only a product designer, that's where I would be like, okay, I would have liked to see more concepts, then pros and cons, and then why did you choose, why did you prioritize a particular concept over other, and so on, right? So yeah, so basically generalist may, it would you would have to better the presentation. But if somebody is looking, sorry, generalist may, your presentation is very good, but if you're looking for a very specific product designer role, then that's where I would have liked to see more product design ka expansion.
Mm.
So
Okay.
yeah, all
Good.
right. At
So
12 also, there are so many people watching, almost like 50% of people are still there. So kudos to
mm,
everyone, first of all, who is still there. Shows that you really care about this subject, man. Like, if this
mm.
was Samarena or something, then I can understand. But this is like freaking hardcore UI UX design, right? So nice to know that we have a community of hardcore designers. Cool, bro. Yeah, go ahead. You were saying something.
So actually, the thing is, this case study is only to give the idea to the recruiter that that's a kind of a work I want to attract recruiter, so that we can go in further detail of my work which I have done at my company. So the product part you said, which was kind of lacking in this presentation, I think we can cover it in the NDA part, which I am going to present to the recruiters in an online meeting. So I think
Interesting.
that is
So
there.
if that is the case, then what you can do is, you can give a glimpse of your NDA, right? You can say that
Mhm.
this particular project showcases my, like, could be the first slide itself, right? This particular project is focused on my general design abilities, where I can take a
Mhm.
product from 0 to 1, and this is
Mhm.
it. uh, there is a project, NDA project, that I have done for a blah 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 client, and it's a B2B space, blah blah. Give some overall hint where how much ever you can talk about it, and then give that,
Mhm.
this is what I've covered there. Like, some of the skills that I would be able to showcase here are blah blah blah, right? This is project number 2, project
Mhm.
number 3 is this. But because they're on NDA, I
Mhm.
cannot show them. So I can only show this, which highlights these skills, right? So that's how, what it will do is, in the first slide itself, I know that, okay, these are all the skills that this guy has. He cannot show these, but he's showing this.
Mhm.
So yeah, right. So you could do that as well.
Cool.
All right then. Cool. I mean, first of all, thank you so much for sharing this project, creating this presentation, and talking for 2 freaking hours with a with a bad health. I'm really sorry, but I
Yeah.
hope you got some value out of it, and I'm pretty sure everybody who is watching this are inspired by what you have done in your personal project. Especially,
Mhm.
respecting the time constraint that you had, and you did so much. I'm pretty sure it would have inspired a lot of people who are struggling to put work into their portfolio. So thank you so much for inspiring us with your portfolio, and I'm pretty sure that we would have also, I mean, this session would have also helped you a little bit, if not more.
A lot.
Thank you so much, bro. With that, uh, I'll move you out of this one. And for anybody who is still online, could you guys please write down how this stream went? Any feedback for me? Any feedback for the presentation, or in just in general, any feedback for this format of, very deep dive of portfolio reviews, case study reviews rather? Please share your feedback. We'll take a screenshot, we'll probably share it in social media. That's how we'll get more people into our community as
Yeah.
well. We'll find more like-minded people and we'll try to connect with them as well. So guys, please share your feedback in the chat, and in um, next 5-10 minutes we will uh, close this live stream. So please share your feedback. That is super valuable for me. This is the first time we are doing a live on YouTube. So yeah. And if you have any other question also in general, you can ask, and I'll try to answer it meanwhile in the next 10 minutes. I need to watch my own live stream actually, how that looks.
Mhm.
अरे लाइक शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब तो बोला ही नहीं है. Fuck. Nice. I need to watch my own live stream actually, how that looks. अरे लाइक शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब तो बोला ही नहीं है. Yeah, this video is going to be there. I'm not going to remove it until like Vipin says that no, bro, remove it, because it is his intellectual property. So so this is going to be there.
Thanks, Pranav.
Thanks, Bharat. I like your name. I'll not delete the video, but yeah, you know the conditions. Bro, the video is going to be there. We are not deleting it until Vipin says.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
sure we are not deleting it.
Anybody, any feedback? Anything you liked particularly about this format? Let me know. I know it's really late, but then I was just thinking whether to start at 9 or at 10. YouTube tells me that a lot of my audience are actually, active at 10. But I was also not expecting that this live was supposed to go like 2 hours. So maybe next time we'll start slightly earlier. What do you guys think? Should we start it slightly earlier, or 10 to 12 is fine? Yeah, I'll share the case study link. In fact, I'll ask Vipin to share his case study link, his LinkedIn profile, and all of that. So I'll put that in a post in our um, WhatsApp community. Damn, it shows that 248 views, like 248 people had come and gone on this live stream. This is crazy. Crazy. Nice. 10 to 12 is fine. Akhtar, when do you sleep, bro? Tomorrow at 6, I had to get up and go somewhere. So, okay, cool. 10 to 12 also we can do. Hmm. I really like the fact that in a Friday night, when the rest of the world is partying, here we are, the nerdy people. Nice. All right. With that, I think we will close this video. Thank you everyone who is still there. Maybe they have just left their phone on and gone somewhere else, but or maybe they have slept off. But if that is the case, that is also fine. Otherwise, do like, share, and subscribe, and join our community. I'll share Vipul's credentials and Vipul's work there as well. So yeah, thank you so much for joining, and yeah, bye bye.